We know that this reporter, Judy, had concerns for this issue. She completely mishandled this case, completely mishandled this subject, and as a result of her behavior and the editor's duplicitous behavior, has now created a situation where it is worse for victims. Worse. And yet, no consequence. Oh, just a scathing review. Ooh, wow. Watch out, man. Watch out.
That's right. That's not a consequence that was put on them by the people who are responsible for the magazine. So this is part of the issue. You know, as Sam said, there's a lot of problems and stigma against people who are actually sexually assaulted already. And so this is a huge problem not only for those individuals, but also for the perception of everybody else, which is the bigger part of the problem, Dr. Drew.
Well,
our country, our world blames the victims in some way.
Yes, of course,
right?
of course. And none of us would take issue with that it's a massive issue and it needs to be reported properly. We've talked about it many times on this show. Listen, hats off to people that want to discuss this, but you've got to do it properly.
Yes.
And Kaylee, as you said, there's a tendency to get on this bandwagon and just get into the mob mentality and not get into the nuances that actually serve the story properly.
Absolutely, and I've heard it just in this discussion. You know, we've mentioned the victim over and over, but we never hear the accused who is oftentimes falsely accused. Just down at University of Florida, a quarterback was falsely accused of rape. Duke, we see it here. We never address the brunt of the problem, which is we're too quick to jump to solutions, and this attitude of constantly protecting the victim and ignoring the times when there are false accusations contributes to the problem.
The publisher of Rolling Stone described Jackie, the victim, I'm going to talk about, and again, maybe we're using the wrong word here, the subject of this story, the subject, let's call her that. The magazine starts bashing her and calls her, quote, a really expert, fabulous storyteller who manipulated the magazine's journalism process.
Oh, my God.
They're blaming this woman.
Yes,
Wow.
it's ridiculous, Dr. Drew. They need to take responsibility for their own actions. They have proper training to do an interview correctly, to go through the due diligence they need to do as journalists to make sure that they represent things accurately.
Yes, of course, but now they took this woman because they're not expert. They weren't just skeptical about the story. They declared themselves expert. They have a girl, Jackie, whomever she is, that has clearly some serious stuff, mishandled her, made her worse. God only knows where she is now, and now they're going to shame her publicly. That's a girl that needed help.
Right.
They did exactly the opposite. They victimized this girl.
Right. So now if she wasn't a victim before, she's a victim now, right, Dr. Drew? That's what we're talking about.
Right.
Well,
now, go ahead, Sam.
Journalism 101, I'm sorry, you fact check. You talk to every individual involved. They didn't do any of that. It's absolutely beyond me.
Listen, I understand the enthusiasm when you feel that you've got a story. Look at this. Here's the reporter's statement. Let's hear from the reporter. I allowed my concern for Jackie's well-being, my fear of re-traumatizing her, and my confidence in her credibility to take the place of more questioning and more facts. These are mistakes I will not make again. How about checking with a mental health professional?
Yes.
How about you check in with somebody and go, look, I'm not an expert. I'm a journalist.
Yes.
Don't declare yourself an expert. Just declare yourself a fact finder where you're reporting a story. Maybe she did. I'm getting upset about this. Maybe she did check with a mental health professional. We don't know that she didn't, but I'm willing to bet she didn't because there's no evidence in here that she did, because this would not have been handled in this manner. That girl would have gotten help. Anyone with any training would have looked at this and gone, look, there's a lot of possibilities here. And then the girl, this Jackie subject, did not cooperate with the police investigation. She declined to be interviewed for the Columbia Journalism Review, the scathing review.
I wonder why.
Because not only is she sort of concerned about how she's going to be perceived in terms of maybe she distorted some facts a little bit, she's also worried about how these people are going to handle her. Oh, my God, she made them look bad. That's their fault, not hers. 100% on them. Maybe you guys feel differently. Kaylee, you feel differently?
No. 100% on them. And here's the thing, you know, we mentioned fact-checking, Sam did. These were very simple facts to be checked. For instance, she said that she was gang raped at a social event. Turns out that social event never happened.
Right.
She said she confided in 3 friends. Turns out she didn't. These are very simple 101 things. You just reach out and you confirm your sources, and they didn't even do that.